All right, I'm going to get the dash pad and go ahead and insert it into the dash frame. All right, so these clips here have to slide into these square holes here. So this is a view from the front, which is what you would see in your car. You've got the cluster here, glove box here for reference. There's going to be a screw that goes from the pad through the dash frame here and here. And then we have one here and here and here, there, here, 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 there, there, and there. So hopefully that gives you a good idea as far as reference on where everything goes. This view is from the firewall side. So here's your glove box. So just directly above the glove box, there's basically three here. Okay, and then this guy goes on the center one, which is where your harness is gonna route through. Now I'm gonna zoom in because there's a stud right down in there. You can see him right there. So that's the one I'm gonna put in right now. There's one right here as well. Okay, so we got this nut on, which is inside this little pocket area of the frame. We've got the three on top above the glove box, the two on the lower part that are between the glove box and the AC vents. So this guy's like directly above the glove box, one side of the speaker. Again, we're viewing from the firewall side. There's one right here, which is kind of between where the cluster is and your AC vents. So we'll put this guy on. All right, so we got that guy on. Moving over to the cluster side, driver's side, view from the firewall. We could see these clips are basically slid into these square holes. This is the view from the firewall. Again, the door would be here. Your cluster is here. So you got two left. You've got this stud right here, which is going to be right next to the cluster. There's a clip right here next to the cluster. It's straight over from that. And then inside this pocket here, you've got one right there. Put this guy back on. And we got this guy. I'm not sure what it is, lasher or something like that, but it was mounted right here. Screw goes in from the bottom. Let me go get, oh, I missed a screw. One right there. Okay. So this nut to the dash pad is directly above the ashtray and below your AC vents. Now I'm going to put on this little clip here. This guy was hanging right about here somewhere. And then I'm going to put the ashtray in, which I got from a spare dash that I bought. All right, the ashtray. I have two screws that are the same. For now, I'm just going to put the two I have in. The top goes inside, up, and over. So basically the frame is what's going to go, the screw is going to go through the frame and then into the ashtray. And on the bottom, it's above the dash frame. One screw there. Okay, I need another screw. All right, check this out. I should have recorded this before, but I didn't. So this is the glove box light to the 72 charger, and I'm gonna test it, make sure it works real quick. So when I first pulled this out, I tried it, it didn't work. So I thought, well, it's probably just all corroded, you know. Pulled the light bulb out and I tested it. It does work. So I'm like, cool. I went ahead and I soaked the switch, connector, the whole wire, just dumped the whole thing in Evaporust overnight, put the light bulb back in it, and I tested it again and it works. So let me show you. All right, so the part of the circuit, this part of the circuit is the ground. This is going to ground against the dash frame. And then this is your positive. This is going to go to a positive feed in the harness. Then you got your bulb here and you got your switch. So when the door is closed, it's going to disconnect the circuit so the light bulb won't be on. And then when you open the door, the switch is going to connect, completing the circuit, so you'll see the light bulb. So put that there, put this here, boom. So it works. And just to show you how the switch works, so that's with the door open, you close the door, open the door, close the door, open the door. So pretty cool. At least that part works. All right, got the Coronet out of the way so we can make room to work on the dash. Let's go ahead and put that harness in here. Oh, we've got an arm to put in there too. All right, I got this rubber bumper kit, and I guess it's the bumpers throughout the whole car. I think like these larger ones probably go to the trunk or something. But what I'm after is these guys. These guys go right here, which is good. We got two of them. So one goes there, one goes there. And then this guy, but basically this guy is gonna go into this arm, and it's a bump stop for the door over here on the back side. So when you close it, it just hits, it doesn't slam. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it through. I'm gonna have to put it through and then put it on. Let's get some grease and some pliers. So when I was putting this together, it's binding right here. Like this part is too low, and I've got it slid up as far as it'll go. I reviewed the video when I took all this apart, and I actually put this glove box door in wrong. I put it in like between the frame and the glove box insert, and it's supposed to be on top of the glove box insert. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out real quick and then put it how it's supposed to be on the top, and then we'll get back to seeing how the fitment is over here and get those bump stops in. Okay, that fits way better. It's a lot more even here, and it's not binding over here now. So great, cool. Okay, I'm gonna put some grease right around that wedge or barbed end so it slides through the hole easy. I'm gonna pull on it with pliers from the back side and then push like crazy on the front. Boom, easy as that, it's in. And just real quick, by the way, I got this from year one. It's a 72 B body bumpers kit, so those pieces were in here. So this is like a complete set. The year one part number is BBK 6AWB, and it looks like, oh, maybe this is the vendor part number, CTK 6AW. I don't know. BBK 6AWB, BBK 6AW, CTK 6AW. I'm sure one of those part numbers will get you the kit. Put a little bit on this side. Boom, that's in. While we're here, we're gonna go ahead and install our light. Pretty easy, just snake the wire through the hole. And just force it through. Okay. All right, I'm gonna flip the whole dash over now so I can put the bump stop on that arm. I guess this guy probably goes through here. This one gets this big bump stop. Okay, got a little grease on there. Turn the light on so you can see a little better. Pull this through here. There we go. So when you open the door, it'll hit that bump stop. It won't be like metal to metal slam. This one goes right here. Show you the screw too. Like that. So the harness that goes over to the glove box side or passenger side is going to go up through here and through here. All right, then this long guy that goes on the driver's side by the cluster. This little tab or tang goes into that hole. Goes here to hold it in. And the harness basically goes through there. All right, let me show you something. So these guys here are basically plastic inserts that you're going to thread the screws through that hold this screen on. There's basically a piece that goes across here. I'll go get it and show you. Cleaned it up yet, but basically it's going to go on there like that. So looking at these screws that hold this down are going to be here, 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 and there. And up here they're going to go into the sheet metal. These screw holes here and here are for a plastic conduit that goes behind here, or I should say ducting. So it's going to go like that. We'll get into this later. Right now, I just want to point out these. I pulled these out of another dash I had, and they're so old and brittle. You can see it broke the second I touched it. So these are all junk, super brittle. These are brand new pieces. These I actually got, I think I bought 2 packs. One for this charger and one for that charger. So I'm going to be short putting that one back together. But basically these guys go in here and they're used to hold the grill in place. You can see over here, that's them. That's the grill. I don't know if they are called out specifically for the dash like this, but they are the same piece. So if you buy a pack for the grill, you can replace these guys. Now I was gonna leave these guys in, pull one from the other dash to put in this one that broke out, because these are so brittle. I just don't want to be doing this in the car. You know, the windshield's going to be here in the way. It's just going to be impossible to get to. So I'm going to go ahead and pull these out. You can see it instantly broke. Barely touched it. They're not flexing at all. They're just breaking off. I'll just go ahead and replace them now. Same thing. It's a little messy with the grease, but it really helps. When these things are brand new like this, they are so hard to insert. So the grease helps them slide in. So I had this ashtray, which I took from the spare dash frame. And then this is the ashtray that's original to this dash frame. I found it. I went ahead and I soaked it in Evapo-Rust to get kind of all the rust off of it. And then I put a light coat of clear coat on it. So hopefully we didn't screw up any of the contacts. And but it looks nicer, so I'm going to throw this one back in. Also, this one's got this thing here where kind of like a flasher pod or something pops into it, I believe. But this one doesn't have it. Or maybe it had it, but it fell off. Looks like there's a provision for it. So this side has to go behind this tab, and this side has to go above. This is the rear defroster, which says defog. Problem is I don't know which one of these spots it was in originally. I don't have this on camera taking it off. All right, I'm gonna just go ahead and throw this on here. So the other dash frame didn't have a rear defroster. This one's broken, and you can see the electrical piece here is missing, but I have the harness, so we can see if maybe this stuff is salvageable or not. I think it'd be better over here, farther away from the steering column.